Hi, Alex. Thank you for your time today.
Hey, Fabian.
So, with some teams having multiple players on the All-Star team, do you think every team should have representation with at least one player in the All-Star game? If so, which Quakes player would you choose? Thank you.
Well, I can tell you that I would like to see some San Jose Earthquakes players in the All-Star game. I'm not going to be specific, but I will be happy.
Thank you, Alex. This question comes from Alex Morgan. He asks, what are your first impressions of the new signings? And have you been able to be in communication with them, or if they're going to be coming to training at any point?
Well, I think that I answered that question or similar question after the game in Austin. I think that they are two interesting players for us, that they are going to provide us more depth and quality. Both players are coming from an important teams, one in Primera División in La Liga, the other one from Grêmio in Brazil, in a positions that can help us. I have been maybe in touch once with Carlos in relation with hockey fields and personal things more than professional. So, but I think that they are good additions for us. But again, I think that it's going to take a little bit time before we see them here.
Thank you. Let's go back to Jamin Moore and see if we can connect with him. Jamin, can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, Jamon.
Okay, hey Alex, thanks
Hey.
for taking the time. Sorry about my
No
technical
problem.
difficulties. So FC Dallas, an opponent you haven't faced yet this year. It's a team that has performed very well at times and at other times has struggled. But they seem to be finding a bit more form recently. You know, what is it that makes this team a dangerous opponent to you? Thank you.
Well, I think that Dallas is a team that they know very well the way that they want to play, defensively and offensively. They like to have the ball to attack, and they have some mechanisms to attack the spacing behind the lines. They have mobility in the middle, and defensively it's very clear the way that they press. But at the same time, I think we are going to arrive there prepared and knowing where we can be dangerous also for them. So I think that we saw in Austin and in the last games, even if we didn't get the results that we wanted, we are a team that can compete against anyone, even in this situation that we have right now, you know, with that limitations on the roster.
This question comes from Robert Jonas. He asks, following up on the new signings, what are the qualities that Rodriguez and Acapo have impressed you the most so far? Now that you are going to begin to work with them as part of the roster, and how do you see them influencing the games once they're ready to play?
Well, Rodriguez is a young center back with a very good physicality. He's fast, he's good in the air, he's aggressive, and I think with ball he can give us something. Carlos Acapo comes from La Liga, is a strong defender. He's a player that his physicality let him attack and do the runs back and forth very, very often. And also his size is good for us. He's a very good in 1v1 situations defensively.
We're going to go ahead and take two more English questions before jumping to the portion in Spanish. So let's begin with Fabian, and then we'll follow up with Jamin after. Go ahead, Fabian.
Vamos,
Thank you,
Fabian.
Alex, for taking a second question.
Vamos.
With the League Cup coming up and the All-Star game happening tonight, where do you think MLS stands in terms of talent against Liga MX? Thank you.
What they think about the talent in MLS against MX, Fabian?
Yeah, what do you think? How it squares up against Liga MX talent? Thank you.
Well, I think that MLS All-Star, they are going to be competitive. I think that this league is growing every year more and more and more, and every year we see more talented players coming, growing from the academies. So I'm sure that MLS is going to present a good battle, and hopefully they win.
And one more in English from Jamin.
Hi, Alex. I want to talk quickly about pressing in the summertime. One of the things that a lot of coaches coming into the league figure out, and I presume you're learning a bit about this as well, is in the summertime, it's much more difficult to come out and press because of the heat. Dallas is going to be a very hot environment. I think the temperature is projected to be in the upper 90s, on Saturday, even starting a game later in the day, it's still going to be probably very hot. How does weather and situations like that affect the way you and your team go about determining how you want to set up pressuring the opponent, particularly in an away game like that? Thank you.
Thank you, Jemo. No, we have to be smart about that. We need to be smart about that, and at the same time to understand what are the characteristics of our players. If you see our 5 guys that we have in front, most of us we are players that we like to defend forward, rather to sometimes sit back. But we need to deal with that. We need to be smart and be flexible to set a good line of confrontation when we go there. So yeah, you're right. It's a moment. It's 10 games left, and we need to be smart with the efforts.
Thank you, Alex. Let's now go ahead and jump into the Spanish portion and take a few questions from Maxi Cordano. Go ahead, Maximiliano.
Hello, guys. Profesor, feliz tarde. ¿Me escucha?
Sí, Max. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, profesor. Bueno, gracias por el tiempo. 2 preguntas. La primera, me quedo mucho con la reflexión que realizó después del partido del pasado sábado, muy realista en base a las circunstancias, en base a cómo el equipo compite, a cómo el equipo hace frente a esta situación, y lo más fácil en el fútbol es hablar de resultados, ¿no? Porque
claro,
esta vez lo que el aficionado ve y evalúa, pero quienes hacemos vida en esto luego queremos ver más allá, sobre todo cuando es una fase de tantos cambios que se quiere llegar a algo para construir a futuro. Más allá del resultado, ustedes como cuerpo técnico, partido a partido, ¿cuáles son los aspectos que más valoran más allá de lo que diga el marcador?
Bueno, lo primero y principal es la mentalidad de los jugadores. Y esa mentalidad, ese centro, ese vestuario, está claro que los chicos quieren competir cada partido. Y lo van a hacer hasta el final, porque son profesionales, porque saben que pueden dar más, y entendiendo las limitaciones o dificultades o challenges que podemos tener. Eso uno. Y después, en cuanto a cuerpo técnico, tratamos de analizar los oponentes y además intentar mejorar cada día nuestro estilo de juego. Eso es lo que podemos dar, el 100% cada día.
Perfecto, profesor, gracias. La segunda, sé que ya previamente se lo preguntaron en inglés, pero para que la afición hispana conozca su opinión en funcionalidad, en aporte a una plantilla que se ha visto cada vez más disminuida por el mercado en salida. Ahora llegan estos 2 elementos en entrada. ¿Cómo sientes que te van a sumar para lo que quieren poner en práctica en la cancha? Hablamos de Rodríguez y Acapo.
Bueno, los 2 jugadores son jugadores que vienen de 2 equipos que compiten, que son importantes y compiten en primeras división, aunque Gremio esté allí. Gremio es un equipo grande, ¿no? Entonces creo que nos van a aportar en defensa y nos pueden llegar a aportar en ataque. Lógicamente dependerá de cuánto rápido se adapten a lo que nosotros busquemos, ¿no? En cuanto al estilo. Pero bueno, hay que esperarles, tienen que llegar, tienen que adaptarse, tienen que entrenar. Creo que Gremio, o sea, Rodríguez, la liga estaba en funcionamiento, o sea que viene con menos inactividad. El caso de Carlos es diferente porque la liga acabó en mayo. Entonces, bueno, todo requiere su tiempo, pero nos pueden aportar bastantes cosas, estoy seguro.